Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Black Will 1125's YouTube page. Just giving everybody a shout out. Thank you for looking at my first video. I'm still working on the video of the progress of me actually working on the Nerd Room. That shit will be coming up shortly at some point, hopefully at the early parts of next week. So you'll be able to see some of the development of things I got going on. So, like I said in the previous video, I'm into comic books, Warhammer 40k tabletops, D&D, video games, stuff like that. Most stuff that you kind of see are kind of like a little more prevalent now than they were before. But I used to work at a comic book store named Atlantis Games and Comics in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Great shop, man. It was phenomenal. I was a big fan of Kevin Smith movies like Chasing Amy, Jay and Silent Bob, Clerks. And I kind of, at the time, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still a black man and I could definitely fuck somebody up. But I was definitely like the guy that really mimicked my 20s after Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. Didn't wear a trench coat or nothing, but I thought being loud, boisterous, and stuff like that. I smoked Newports. It's not a good thing. I hope people don't smoke cigarettes. And I was just a wild, wild boy. And it was like a group of us. It was me, Ronnie, Farmer, Desi, Mitchell, Happy, Wayne. Shout out to my man's Wayne. And we would just hang out at the shop all the time. We would paint models, talk shit, and we were like regular guys. Like, we all had favorite football teams, hail to those Redskins, like I said before, and argue about like sports, cars, stuff like that. So it wasn't always just like us sitting there dorking out every day. And then like I said, we all had full-time jobs. We did things. I worked at the comic store part-time. And this funny night, so the store is open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays till like 2 in the morning sometimes. And then we would just hang out. And because I worked there, normally I worked those shifts because nobody wanted to work those shifts, and it was easy money because I wasn't doing nothing but hanging out and, I hate saying it, probably drinking on the job because it's just a run and register. We would just play games and whatnot. One night we were just sitting there. It's like probably like 2, 3 in the morning talking shit, like going over philosophy. We were just wild. And they played this game called Safety and Doorknob. If you guys aren't familiar with the game is, if you fart in front of a group of friends and someone notices, you need to say safety. And safety, you have to say that before someone else says doorknob. Now, if you don't say safety, said person or everyone in the group will just wail on you. And I mean legit wail. And these aren't little guys. These are like guys my size. I'm 6'4", 240, 250, something like that. And they will just beat your ass until you can get to a doorknob. And like, these are white boys, so they're not stopping. So one day we're out there smoking. I think we were talking about like, I think it was Civil War, the comic or something like that. And I fart. And I have been playing this game, but that's the rule. If you play the game one time, you play the game for life. And don't try to back out. So I fart in front of the store. And Ron, who's the bigger of the group, he's like, he looks at me so slowly. And then I look at him and he's like, safety. I mean, he says doorknob. If you haven't been to this area I'm talking about, we're in front of a shopping center. It's a huge shopping center. It's late at night. I don't think it was that late because actually the food line was actually open. But I'm scared for my life because this is a big guy and everybody else heard this. And then other people were coming out the store seeing me. So long story short, I am like freaking out. So I just run. I just run through the parking lot. And the only thing I hear in the background is whoof, 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 whoof. And I look back, Ron is bigger than me. And he's keeping up, and I'm a runner. I'm a good runner. And Ron is just like tailing me. I'm like, oh my God, this white man's gonna kill me. So I run inside the food line. I'm knocking old ladies out the way. I'm pushing shopping carts. I done smushed kids. I'm not lying. I did push an old lady while I was in there running from this man. So I make it to the back of the store. Some lady's like talking to me. I'm frantic. I'm trying to figure out how to find a doorknob. So I get to the back of the food line in the break room. And the emergency exit isn't a doorknob. It's one of those push handle things. So I'm scared shitless. So I run back out, push another person out the way. I don't know who this was. And I get back to the shop and Ron is keeping up with me toe to toe. He wants to beat my ass. Like, I tell you. So I get to the store. I run to the back and just like a movie, I remember there was a doorknob in the back of the comic book store. So I am like negating anybody I'm jumping over tables. This is a long store. And Ron, all I hear is the door open from the back and it's Ron. And he's out of breath, but he sees me. And I die for that doorknob and I get it. And to this day, I am on my toes about farting in front of people. This is kind of gross, but it's true just because that fucker, the fact that he kept up with me, and it's surprising when you see stuff like that. So that was a little funny story that we talk about from time to time. If you like stories like this and think this is slightly amusing, or if you don't, you can still subscribe if you want. But regardless, I thought it was a funny fucking story. All right, so you guys like and subscribe. Hit me up anytime. Once again, we'll have more videos about the Nerd Room and the progression. Probably, like I said, early parts of next week. I've been doing some work for the past couple of days. It just takes some more time to build that up. So anyway, you guys have a good one. Be safe, and once again, drink your water and talk to a loved one during these times. That's should be gospel. Peace.